Hi there, I'm Jessica York in the Dish Studio. If you remember the 1980s as totally awesome, we have got the movie event for you. HDNet Movies is channel 130 on Dish, and they have a very special movie month. It's Totally 80s with Judge Reinhold. Every night in June, they'll have a Totally 80s movie at 8 p.m. Eastern. Titles like The Outsiders, Arthur, The Big Chill, and Judge Reinhold's movie Vice Versa. And they'll have a 36-film Totally 80s marathon Saturday, June 24th through Monday the 26th. We talked to Judge Reinhold about the 80s movie marathon, and we'll bring you that interview in just a moment. HDNet Movies is channel 130 on Dish, and if you don't have it, the easiest way to add it is through the Dish Movie Pack. Dish Movie Pack is 15 movie channels, including HDNet Movies and Epics, all for one low price. To add the Dish Movie Pack, just give us a call at 1-800-333-3474. That's 1-800-333-DISH. Or check it out at mydish.com/moviepack. Our Dish cameras caught up with Judge Reinhold as he talked about some Totally 80s movies and the Totally 80s movie event all this month on channel 130.
Hi, I'm Judge Reinhold here at the Coyote Drive-In, and I'm your host for Totally 80s Movie Month on HDNet Movies. Dudley Moore had a hard time finding Arthur's laugh, but when he did find the character's laugh, it was so great it became the character's signature in the movie.
Engine room, where the hell's my drink?
Laughter is a very difficult thing for an actor to be genuine with. Can you imagine that? Sir John Gielgud won a well-deserved Best Supporting Oscar for playing Arthur's butler, Hobson. It's one of my favorite comic performances.
I'm going to take a bath.
I'll alert the media.
Perhaps you remember the line, normally one would have to go to a bowling alley to meet someone of your stature.
May I look at the tie?
Of course.
Oh, God, that's
Hope you like
lovely. You're really wonderful.
Not in front of all these people, dear. They might think you're an animal.
Mr. Bach, you understand it's my job.
Would you ask the lady at the shirt counter to put this on my bill?
Oh, of course. I'll take care of it, Mr. Bach. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You ought to meet her brother. Now there's a hood. Boy, he's so greasy he glides when he walks. He goes to the barbershop for oil change, not a haircut.
I read the book and walked into the audition wearing a red shirt and white polyester pants because I thought it was about kids from the wrong side of the track trying to look better off than they were, but it was all about the blue jeans. The book, The Outsiders, was written by a 15-year-old high school student from Tulsa, S.E. Hinton. The Outsiders, starring Matt Dillon,
Stupid Johnny.
Patrick Swayze,
I didn't mean to. I forgot. That's all I ever hear from you.
and Tom Cruise.
What's it like being a hero, huh?
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Johnny, run! Run! Come on, Johnny!
Stay down, pal.
The Gods Must Be Crazy. It was a surprise hit about an African bushman on a quest to return a gift from the gods. This film grossed over $100 million, becoming one of the highest grossing foreign films in history. The man who played the leading role, Z, was in reality a South African bushman.
He said, "That is a very evil thing you've got there. You better give it back to me so I can take it away and throw it off the earth."
It's an incredibly original and funny film. I remember seeing it at the Midnight Movie Theater a couple of times. It did very well on that midnight movie circuit. The film, surprisingly, was somewhat controversial because some people felt that a primitive tribesman was being satirized when, in fact, it was very obvious that the intention of the filmmakers was to satirize modern civilization.
the one characteristic which really makes the Bushmen different from all the other races on Earth is the fact that they have no sense of ownership at all. Where they live, there's really nothing you can own, only trees and grass and animals. Only 600 miles to the south, there's a vast city. And here you find civilized men.
I thought about you today.
Oh, yeah, you did?
Yeah, I mean about seeing you again.
Falling in Love was the second of 3 films starring Meryl Streep and Robert De Niro. The first one was The Deer Hunter in 1978 that won Best Picture that year. And the third was Marvin's Room in 1996.
You can't beat this guy.
Bird wins. You lose.
I can't believe it.
Try again. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
See, it's unfair because he goes ahead.
Oh, you should flip for it. See who goes first. He's saying hurry up.
Well, I gotta go here.
He's beating you again. It's okay, bird wins.
Ramsey, who played Danny's nasty mother,
What a dream I was having!
was nominated for an Academy Award for her performance.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Owen's friend.
Owen doesn't have a friend.
That's because he's shy.
No, he's not. He's fat and he's stupid. Get out of my house!
In the movie, there's a reference to Alfred Hitchcock's Stranger on a Train. That's no coincidence because it's kind of the same setup of people throwing somebody off a train.
Get away from me, you murderer!
The film was shot by the Coen brothers' longtime director of photography, Barry Sonnenfeld, who did Raising Arizona and Blood Simple with them, and then he went on to direct the Men in Black movies and Get Shorty.
Oh, Mama! You're right into her, weren't you, Owen?
Don't start that again, Mama, and don't hit me anymore.
You love her.
There's no her, Mama.
You're writing a letter.
I'm writing a story for class, Mama. Don't you understand? I take a class. I take a nice class. And I'm gonna be a writer someday.
You know how that typing upsets me.
I'm sorry, Mama. A writer writes.
You're gonna be nothing. You're gonna be nothing. You'll never get to first base. All you do is type, 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 type. You sit there typing all day like a fat little pigeon.
You won't ever hear it again, Mama. I promise.
Ah! Mama. I think she got it, Sonny. I don't know what I'd do without you, Owen, baby. Owen, my little baby.
I know.
Owen, my little baby boy.
Desperately Seeking Susan, Keep the Faith, Tuesday, 10 a.m., Battery Park, Gangway 1. Love, Jim.
Who's Jim?
Oh, God, Tuesday, that's tomorrow.
Who's Susan? You know these people?
No, you see, Jim follows Susan all over the country. Last January, she was in Mexico City, then Seattle. They send messages back and forth. That's how they hook up.
There's a lot of musicians that play roles in this film. John Lurie of the Lounge Lizards. Richard Hell is the bass player of the New York City punk band Television. And Richard Edson was the original drummer for Sonic Youth. All of the clothes Madonna wears in this movie were her own. She supplied her own wardrobe and hair.
You read that stuff in the newspaper about that guy Meeker? Got pushed out of a hotel window in Atlantic City.
No, why?
Roberta's mixed up in it.
Roberta, that's impossible.
Fact. She's trying to frame me for Meeker's murder.
Who's Meeker? Who's Meeker, and what does it have to do with Roberta?
Ex-partner and Roberta were in on it together.
I think you're mistaken. Roberta doesn't know party in Atlantic City.
I've seen them together.
Saw Roberta with another man? Who?
Looks like a real greaseball to me.
I don't believe a word you're saying.
Here, trust me. You want to find your wife?
Yeah, of course I do.
Good. Let's go to your place.
My place? Excuse me.
We want a uniform presence out in the street. They're flying their colors, we're flying ours. I want them to know who they're dealing with. They got Uzis, they got shotguns, they got explosives, they got access to any kind of weapon they want within 24 hours. We got over 50,000 gangbangers out there. We're bleeding from open wounds.
The film introduced suburban kids and their parents to a whole new world, the other America, the one they would spend the next decade imitating.
Y'all got any dope today? Not us. We just say no to drugs.
I think Robert Duvall's death scene in this movie is the finest death scene on film. I don't think anything can surpass it.
Okay, somebody get an ambulance!
Dennis Hopper used real gang members and shot on location in Los Angeles and was very proud of the authenticity of the film.
Hey! Hey! Hi, cop!
The brilliant, legendary, profound, and quintessential body swap movie, Vice Versa, directed by the wonderful British director Brian Gilbert, starring young Fred Savage and not so young Judge Reinhold. Vice Versa is a very popular British children's book that was written by Thomas Ainsley Guthrie in 1882. The Brits had no idea about Freaky Friday and all that. They'd grown up with this novel, so it was very important for them. I read the script and I thought, I can't do another body-switching movie, but the script was so funny, and the writers were rock star British writers, Dick Clements and Ian LaFrennay, that went on to write the Alan Parker movie, The Replacements. It was produced by David Putnam, who produced Cherry Sapphire, and amongst others. The British loved this story so much that our movie was the 7th remake of the book. The first was a silent British film made in 1916. We shot the movie in Chicago, and I had the oldest driver in the history of the Teamsters, a guy named Joey, who drove for Al Capone. The 1980s brought us some great film memories, and we're going to showcase some of them every night at 8 throughout the month of June.
There's something different about you.
That's nice.
And a 3-day-long Power Watch movie marathon to wrap it up. So stick it on your fridge, write it in your calendar, tell your mother to call you, whatever you need to do to catch these films.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
I'll be sharing personal stories and behind-the-scenes memories of the movie decade I survived.
What are you doing?
We've got drama in shoulder pads, teenagers in tight pants, big hair in action, and Richard Pryor.
Honey, I'm home!
So every night in June at 8, it's Totally 80s Movie Month with me, Judge Reinhold. Roll it.
I am totally ready for Totally 80s Movie Month with Judge Reinhold, an 80s movie classic every night in June, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern. And a 36-film Totally 80s marathon, Saturday, June 24th through Monday, the 26th. HDNet Movies is channel 130 on Dish, and if you don't have it, the easiest way to add it is through the Dish Movie Pack. Dish Movie Pack is 15 movie channels, including HDNet Movies and Epix, all for one low price. To add the Dish Movie Pack, just give us a call at 1-800-333-3474. That's 1-800-333-DISH. Or check it out at mydish.com/moviepack. Our thanks to Judge Reinhold and everyone at HDNet Movies. Don't miss Totally 80s Month every night in June, an 80s classic beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's only on HDNet Movies, channel 130. In the Dish studio, I'm Jessica York.